under arrest.
Whoa, what did I even do?
Come here, back here.
Get off of me! Wait a second. You even heard the story about how Trent got arrested for a rock, or how police destroyed his friend's car. Yeah.
You're being arrested for not subscribing to the channel.
Oof. Despite always being a good kid growing up, I have a confession. I got arrested a few times. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry. Here's what happened. In the dead of night, with the perfect temperature, in the middle of summer, we were absolutely vibing on this ride. Half an hour in though, 2 cops pull up out of nowhere, lights ablazing. One friend and I stopped for them, but my other 2 friends must have been playing too much GTA, because they just bolted. Meanwhile, we stayed for questioning. How old are you? Isn't it a little late for kids to be outside? Do your parents even know you're out here right now? My initial instinct was to lie and just say, yeah. But unfortunately, my friend started bawling his eyes out, telling the officers everything. Come on, dude, you're blowing what could have been the perfect cover. Because of the fact that it was, 2 in the morning, none of our parents answered the phone. What should we do? Just bring them in? Jail? We were just riding our bikes out at night. I can't go to jail, I'm 12. Luckily, my mom picked up the phone after a couple missed calls, and within minutes, she pulled up to the scene. My mom wasn't happy, the cops weren't happy, and I was traumatized. So obviously, from that point on, I was good forever, and never did anything bad ever again. Nah, we did it again 2 months later. But here's the kicker. This time, we rode past a school and my friend decided it'd be a good idea to throw a rock through the window. Yes, I'm well aware the morality of my friend was absolutely lacking here. After that, we all rushed out of there on our bikes and went home for the night. Sometime later, I was sitting in class one day and my teacher got a phone call. My heart sank the moment he darted his eyes at me. Principal's office, now! Ha ha, what are you getting arrested for this time? Haha, please, I'm not getting arrested. You're being arrested. There was a cop waiting for me in the principal's office when I got there, and he immediately cuffed me. I remember walking out of the office in between classes, so all my classmates saw me walk off to the cop car. Wasn't quite sure whether or not to be embarrassed or like a badass in this moment. Is this my moment to say a quick one-liner? In the car, the cop asked me if I knew what I was getting arrested for. Number 1, no. Number 2, that's a dumb question for me, the 12-year-old. I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast that morning. Once we got to the police station, my mom was already there waiting for me. Exact same look on her face from that first night. The case officer spoke to my mom saying that I was being charged with vandalism of school property. That's when it all clicked in for me. A crime that my friend committed weeks ago, that I wasn't even a part of. I was just a witness. The responsibility of said crime went all to me. Are you serious right now? How did you even come to the conclusion that it was me? My mom questioned their evidence and able to blame me, and apparently they had found footprints of our exact shoes in the sandbox on the playground. Remind me next time not to wear my Nike Jordans during a heist, I guess. In the end, I was asked to pay back the school for the damages done to the window, and was placed on probation for the next year, for a rock! At this point, it had finally sunken in. I definitely learned my lesson. No jail time or probation for me for the rest of my life. Thank you! So 10 years later, my college friends and I took a drive to a lookout point, where we can easily see the entire city. We were chilling for a good while until a police officer strolled up. And let me tell ya, this dude looked fresh out of the academy. Super young, scrawny. If you pushed him slightly, he'd be gone with the breeze. The nervousness in the air was palpable. I got a call from a resident complaining about some teenagers causing a ruckus. The group looked at each other, visually questioning the teenager part of that sentence. Alright, old timer, what does it look like to you? It looks to me like you guys are up to no good. I'm gonna need to search your vehicle. Sidebar real quick. This really depends on the state you're in, but in Arizona, if a cop asks to search your vehicle, you have the opportunity to say no. Of course, they may bring a search dog out and it's a tedious process, but otherwise, you're giving him the right to everything within your car. At the time, we didn't know this, so my friend just gave him a pass. All good, man. I just have one thing to ask though. Could you try not to make a mess out of my car, please? Not a problem. He completely tore it apart. Nothing was left turned over. He even had a tool to remove the front seats. Not that he needed it. After he found nothing incriminating, we assumed he would leave us alone. All right, I need you all to leave immediately. You better not be here in the next 10 minutes or you're going in. Due dude just trashed my car and left. The cop quite literally pulled up, trashed our car, and dipped. There was no reason for him to be suspicious of us. We were also on a public street. Rightfully so, my friend was fuming after that interaction. We threw everything back in the car and cleaned it once we got back to his house. We just felt like we got bullied. Hey, if you're a cop out there, don't be a bully. Bullies smell. You smell. Thanks for watching. If you don't subscribe in the next 5 seconds, the cops will be at your door.